Imagine a company so powerful it could wage wars, colonize lands, and issue its own stock, all while monopolizing the world's most coveted commodities. This was the Dutch East India Company. The Dutch East India Company, Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie, or VOC, was founded in 1602 and is considered the world's first multinational corporation. The VOC was established by the Dutch government to consolidate their efforts in overseas trade and diminish competition among Dutch trading interests in Asia. Rise to power and wealth. At the heart of the VOC's success was its control over the lucrative spice trade. Spices such as nutmeg, cloves, and pepper were highly prized in Europe for their use in food preservation, flavoring, and medicine. Prior to the VOC's establishment, spices had to be imported from Asia through a series of intermediaries, making them extremely expensive by the time they reached European markets. The VOC sought to eliminate these intermediaries by establishing direct trade routes to spice-producing regions, particularly in the Indonesian archipelago, which was known as the Spice Islands. The VOC's influence extended far beyond spices. It traded in textiles, tea, coffee, sugar, and even slaves, diversifying its sources of revenue. The company also established trading posts, forts, and colonies in strategic locations, including modern-day Indonesia, South Africa, India, Japan, and Taiwan. Innovations and business model. One of the most revolutionary aspects of the VOC was its financial structure. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more entertaining videos. It was the first company to issue shares of stock to the public, essentially pioneering the concept of a publicly traded corporation. Investors could buy shares in the company and receive dividends based on its profits. This innovation allowed the VOC to raise vast amounts of capital, which it used to finance its extensive operations. At its peak, the VOC was valued at an estimated $7.9 trillion in today's money, making it the most valuable corporation ever. The VOC was notorious for its willingness to use violence to maintain control over spice production. In the Spice Islands, for example, the company resorted to extreme measures, including the use of forced labor, enslavement of local populations, and violent suppression of resistance. The VOC's influence also extended into diplomacy and statecraft. It signed treaties with local rulers and formed alliances to bolster its trade monopolies. At times, the company acted almost as a sovereign state, establishing laws, levying taxes, and governing its colonies with considerable autonomy from the Dutch government. Decline and legacy. Despite its tremendous wealth and power, the VOC's dominance began to wane in the 18th century. Several factors contributed to the company's decline. Competition from other European powers, such as the British East India Company, intensified, and the VOC found it increasingly difficult to maintain its monopolies. Corruption, mismanagement, and inefficiency plagued the company as well. In 1799, the Dutch government dissolved the VOC, taking over its assets and responsibilities. Conclusion: the Dutch East India Company was a trailblazer in the history of commerce and an icon of the Dutch Golden Age. Its unprecedented success in global trade, its innovative financial practices, and its economic might made it the richest and most influential company in history. Like and subscribe for future updates.